Janet's English class. Today you will be taking a mini English grammar test to, have an idea of where you are in English grammar. So don't think that there is good grammar and bad grammar. Your grammar can be in between, need some work, or your grammar is really good. So I make some grammatical mistakes sometimes. But now in this mini test, you will find out some questions that I have specifically picked that, really challenges you. This is an advanced English grammar test, and let's get started. Here are your multiple choices. Is it A, departs? B, does the train leave? C, does leave the train? Or D, leaves? Giving them time to answer. Okay, our answer is D, leaves. Can you tell me when the train leaves? Now, it is D because we won't say, can you tell me when the train departs? Departs is usually like airplanes or a flying transportation. Train does not depart because it stays on the rail. B, it's not B because can you tell me when does the train leave? When does the train leave? It repeats what I just asked before. Can you tell me when does the train leave? It doesn't really make sense. Now for C, can you tell me when the train does leave the train? All the words are kind of jumbled up, so it can definitely not be C. D, however, can you tell me when the train leaves? It is correct, because the train can leave the station and onto the destination. So the correct answer is D. If you got that correct, well done. If you didn't, it is fine. I have a lot more questions for you. Now for our second question. How long something English? Now you might be wondering, what even is that? So right here, I have some multiple choice questions for you. Is it A, do you learn? B, you learn? C, have you been learning? Or D, are you learning? It's a bit difficult, and think for a little second. Okay, our answer is C. How long have you been learning English? So the first thing when we think about is, what kind of sentence is this? This sentence is a question, and we are asking, how long have you been learning English? This is correct. It's not A, do you learn? It is grammatically incorrect. How long do you learn English? We don't put the do you in that sentence. It's not B, how long you learn English. You're missing a word from there. It is C, because how long have you been learning English? Have been. It's something that happened in the past and the present. Well, if that person has been learning English. And it's not D, because how long are you learning English? You can only ask, are you learning English? You cannot put the how long. How long is asking for a time. So I hope you understood that question. If you got it correct, well done. If you didn't, thanks for trying. Let's move on to our next question. Okay, so our third question is the better team, we lost a match. So, what is the answer? Here are your multiple choices. Is it A, despite being? B, despite? C, although? Or D, even if? I'll give you some time to think for the answer. Okay, the answer is A. But why? Now this question is specifically difficult because you might have thought it was B, because despite means apart from. It's definitely not although the better team, that's cut off to C for now. And it's not D, even if the better team, you might have thought about that, but it's not C and D. Let's talk about A and B and what is the difference. So let's look at the other part of the sentence. Something the better team, we lost the match. So despite being is correct. Let's look at despite. Why won't despite work? Despite the better team, we lost the match. Despite, that means we're apart from the better team, we lost the match. It sounds weird, but if you say A, you're correct, because despite being, that means you are the better team, we lost the match. Apart from being the better team, we lost the match. This one's a bit difficult. If you didn't get it, it is totally fine. If you did, well done. Let's move on to our next question. On to our fourth question. You something, the cleaning. I would have done it tonight. So what is a little gap? Here are your multiple choice questions. Is it A, couldn't have done? Or B, wouldn't have done? Or C, needn't have done? Or D, can't have done? Let me give you a few seconds to think about it. Okay, the answer is C, needn't have done. You needn't have done the cleaning. I would have done it tonight. It makes a lot of sense. Now, why isn't it A? You couldn't have done the cleaning, I would have done it tonight? Couldn't means you can't. You couldn't have done something. That means you're not capable of doing it, or you didn't have time to do something, so not A. It's not B because you wouldn't have done the cleaning, I would have done it tonight. You could, but still it is grammatically incorrect. We wouldn't say I wouldn't have done. It repeats the would have 2 times, and if you repeat that 2 times, that contradicts to both sides of the subject. It is C because you needn't have done. You didn't need to have done the cleaning. I would have done it tonight. You didn't need to do the cleaning. I would have done it tonight. It makes sense. Needed means you didn't need to. You didn't have to, but you did. So it's definitely not D because you can have done the cleaning. I would have done it tonight. Can't means you absolutely have no capability of doing something. You have no competence. And yet, D is not correct. C is the correct answer. If you got that correct, good job. If you didn't, it's fine. Our last 3 questions, or 1, I forgot. Let's get started. For our 5th question, it is, I went to the shop, some chocolate. Now, fill in the gap. Here are multiple choice questions. Is it A, for buying, B, to buy, C, for buy, or D, buy? Think about it. Okay, the answer is B, to buy. You might have first thought it was A. I did too. But let's look at it again. I went to the shop for buying some chocolate. That actually makes sense. But in this case, we wouldn't really use A. We would use B because it sounds more fluent. If you said A, that is also grammatically correct, but it is uncommon, and normally natives will say A is uncommon and incorrect. So, is it B? I went to the shop to buy some chocolate. Correct! It is B. I went to the shop to buy some chocolate. To buy. You went to a place to do something. We need a to in front of the do, which is a verb. Okay, now it's not C. I went to the shop for buy some chocolate. If it was for buying, it would be partly correct, but in this case, For D, I went to the shop, buy some chocolate. You are missing a little determiner in the end, in the beginning. It is not just buy. Buy is a verb without a determiner, and that doesn't make sense. So now, well done. If you answered that question correct, really good. And if you didn't answer that question or you got it wrong, then you can try again next time. Let's move on to our next question. Okay, our sixth question. Name a preposition. Now first, you need to know what a preposition is to answer this question. A preposition is a word that states where something is. So for example, I am in this room. What is a preposition? In. In determines where I am. And as you can see, if you get the wrong preposition, it can mean a completely different thing. Like, I am outside the room. Outside is a preposition. In is a preposition. Or you can say, I am out of the room. You're outside the room. So name a preposition. It's quite easy. Just name a preposition, but it has to be a preposition. So in order to know if you got this answer correct, you can either look it up or here are some examples. Okay, that is the end of our sixth question. Our last question. Our seventh question, our last and final question. What is a modal verb? Yeah, what is a modal verb? I have been questioning this since last year, but since a few months ago, I knew. A modal verb. Here's the answer. A modal verb is an auxiliary verb that expresses necessity or possibility. English modal verbs include must, or shall, or I will, or maybe, or probably. I searched it off Google, but here is what auxiliary means. Auxiliary is providing supplementary or additional help and like support. It is a medical verb and it is used in literature. So a modal verb is just that. Did you get it correct? If you did, I congratulate you. If you didn't, well done for trying. Mistakes are common. Okay. Lastly, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciated you clicking on this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned, and you can comment your score in my website discussions. My discussion has been disabled for some weird reason. So now I'm going to be posting more resources in Janet's English courses, so you can go check that out. And I will be posting YouTube videos again all weekly and Canva live streams on weekends. So some announcements to make. I'll be posting more resources. There are 2 new lessons that I posted on Janet's English courses. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and like this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.